Welcome to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Quick, actionable tips to master personal finance and real estate investing. In just 5 minutes a day, we'll help you build wealth and achieve financial freedom. She's been looking in Cleveland for 6 months. Her agent's shown her 14 properties, 0 offers, and she just realized she doesn't have an answer. Hey, Prime investors, Martin Maxwell here. Welcome back to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Today's episode is the question Monday's episode skipped. The frozen moment. Monday, I told you the REI Prime extension can screen 20 listings in 20 minutes. Install it, run it, done. Plenty of you did. Thank you for that. But here's what happened next. You opened the extension at 11 that night. You click through your saved tabs. The numbers came up. Cap rate, cash flow, DSCR. And you stared at them and realized you don't actually know what good looks like. That's Maria's frozen moment. Her husband walked in, asked one reasonable question, and she had nothing. 6 months of looking, 14 showings. The buy box lived in her head where nobody, not her agent, not her husband, not the extension she'd installed Monday night, could read it. That's the problem we fix today. A buy box is the written set of rules that decides yes or no on a listing in 15 seconds, not a vague want. A document, 7 fields, 1 paragraph long, the kind of thing you can paste into an email and your agent finally knows what you're buying. Here's why most beginners never write it down. They think they don't know enough yet. They want to read one more book, listen to one more podcast, talk to one more investor at a meetup. But the buy box isn't a finished product. It's a draft. Version 1. The first one is supposed to be bad. That's how you learn what's wrong with it. The version that lives in your head can never get fixed because you can't see it. The version on the page can. This week, the Fed met. Whatever they decided, your buy box doesn't change. That's the whole point of writing it down. It survives one meeting at a time. Quick empathy check. If you've already got a buy box and you've been refining it for years, this episode isn't a refresher. But stick around for the agent email at the end. Might be worth a re-listen. For everyone else, the next 24 minutes are the cheapest 30 minutes of work you'll do this year. The 7-field buy box, the 30-minute method. Open a blank Google sheet, title it Buy Box V1. 7 rows, 4 minutes per row. 28 minutes to a finished document. Here's the framework. Same one, BiggerPockets, Ari Tipster, and Brandon Turner have been writing about for years. Nothing new, but the time box is Field 1, location and class. Not Cleveland. That's not a buy box. That's a state of mind. Maria writes, West Park, zip 44135, primary. Lakewood east of Bunts Road stretch. 2 specific submarkets. B class. She knows the streets. Field 2, property type, single family or duplex. No 4 units, no commercial, no land. First buy box, narrow it. Field 3, beds and baths. 3-bed, 1-bath minimum. That's what the local rental pool wants in Cleveland. 2-bed deals get crossed off without analysis. Field 4, price band $150 to $220. That's what her cash plus her loan covers. Not what she wishes she could afford, what she actually can. Field 5, age and condition floor, built 1950 or later. No foundation cracks, no flat roof, no oil heat. Cleveland has a lot of pre-war stock with knob and tube and balloon framing. Maria's not buying a rehab project on her first deal. The deal breakers go right in the buy box, not in a separate document she'll forget to check. Field 6, the financial floor. Back in EP 121, we built the screen. DSCR at 1.25, that's debt service coverage, your rent versus your loan payment. Cap rate above the 10-year treasury, plus 300 basis points. Cash on cash above 6. Maria's local lender will go down to 1.2 on DSCR for first-time investors with 6 months of reserves in the bank, so her specific cut bends one number, rent $1,550 or higher, cap rate 6.5, DSCR 1.2, cash on cash 6%. The extension already computes those. She just needs to enter her thresholds. Field 7, deal breakers. This is the field most beginners skip. Flood zone, HOA over 100 a month. Section 8, saturated streets. As is listings with rehab over 20,000. Slab foundation. Preemptive no list. Most beginners don't write a deal breakers list. They have a deal takers list. Every property looks great until they find the reason to say no. Flip it. Decide what kills a deal before you see the deal. That's the buy box. 28 minutes, 7 rows, 1 paragraph. How to use the buy box. Tomorrow morning. 3 things happen Friday morning if Maria builds this Thursday night. 1, the agent email. Maria opens her drafts folder. There's a message she's been meaning to send for 2 weeks. She deletes it, pastes the buy box instead. 3 sentences plus the 7 rows. Hey, Karen, I owe you a clearer brief. Here's exactly what I'm looking for, and here's exactly what I'm not. Could you send me 3 listings this week that fit? I'll move on the first one that pencils. That's the message that ends 6 months of ghosting. 2 things to not put in that email. 1, don't apologize for being new. The buy box is the credibility. 2, don't add, but I'm open to other ideas at the end. That single line erases everything above it. Agents read open to other ideas as no thesis, no signal, back to ghosting. I warned about this back in episode 45. The meetup is where you steal everyone else's buy box, then write your own. If you skip that one, the same logic applies to your agent. Agents work on commission, they bet on closes, they ghost noise. Send a buy box, the bet looks different. 2. Configure the extension. Maria takes the financial floor from field 6 and enters it as her personal config. Now, when she runs the extension on a Zillow listing, the math comes up against her numbers, not the defaults. Green if it fits, red if it doesn't. The screening velocity from Monday's episode finally works for her portfolio, not a generic one. Quick aside, if you're listening to this on your phone right now and your work laptop blocks Chrome Web Store extensions, here's the fix. Go to reiprime.com/browser-extension. Scroll to the bottom, hit email me the install link. The link lands in your personal inbox. You install it at home tonight after dinner. Same outcome, no IT war. 3, the 47 tabs close. Not metaphorically, she actually closes them. The buy box rejects 43 of the 47 on contact. The remaining 4 are the only ones worth analyzing tonight. Tuesday's blog post of the 5 numbers in 90 seconds runs them through the deeper math. 2 pencil, 1 she offers on Wednesday. And 1 more thing she does before bed. She texts the buy box to her husband. First time in 6 months he sees on one screen what she's actually been looking for. The conversation that started with him asking, "What kind of property are we looking for?" ends with him reading the answer. That's what one document written in 28 minutes does. Here's your challenge tonight. Open a blank Google sheet. Title it Buy Box V1. Write 7 rows. Location, type, beds, baths, price, age, financial floor, deal breakers. Give yourself 4 minutes per row, 4 minutes. Set a timer if you have to. In 28 minutes, you have something Maria didn't have at 6 months. Then, and this is the then what, paste those 7 rows into one email. Send it to your agent by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Here's exactly what I'm looking for. Here's exactly what I'm not. Send me 3 listings this week that fit. If your agent doesn't reply by Friday, find a new agent. Either way, you have a buy box and you have an answer. That's how the doom scroll ends. I'm Martin Maxwell. This was the 5 Minute Prime Podcast. Build the box. Send the email. See you Monday.